Hello, everyone. I just recently decided to get married. And luckily, I've had a lot of friends help me figure out exactly what I need to prepare for marriage. One time, my close friend John invited me over to his house to meet his wife. His wife screamed, "You fucking dickhead!" My hair and makeup are a mess. The house is a disaster. The dishes aren't done. I'm still in my pajamas. I can't be bothered to cook. And it's my time of the month. Why the fuck did you bring him home? And my friend calmly replied, because he's thinking about getting married. What a good friend. But honestly, I couldn't help but wonder, how the hell does he live with her? So, one day, I asked John, and he told me this story. John and his wife were having dinner at a very fancy restaurant. When this absolutely stunning young woman comes over to their table, she gives John a big kiss. Says, "I'll see you later." And walks away, just like that. His wife glares at him and asks, "Who the hell was that?" John replies, "Oh, she's my mistress." His wife goes quiet, then says, "Well, that's the last straw. I've had enough. I want a divorce." John answers calmly, "I can understand that. But remember, if we get divorced, it means no more shopping trips to Paris, no more winters in Barbados, no more summers in Tuscany, no more Infinities and Lexuses in the garage, and no more yacht club. But the decision is yours." Just then, a mutual friend walks into the restaurant with a gorgeous young woman hanging on his arm. His wife asks, "Who's that woman with Jim?" John smiles and replies, "Oh, that's his mistress." His wife takes a look and says proudly, "Ours is prettier." Yes, that's John's secret to a happy marriage. So, my advice to every guy in this room who's about to get married, forget about Think and Grow Rich. Go find yourself a copy of Rich Hub, Poor Hub. I've got this one friend, very religious. His name is Bob. One day, his best friend, not me, by the way, goes to Bob and says, "I'm sleeping with that priest's wife. Can you keep the priest occupied in church for an hour after Mass for me?" Bob isn't thrilled about it, but being a good friend, he agrees. So after Mass, Bob starts talking to the priest, asking all kinds of ridiculous random questions just to keep him there. Finally, the priest gets annoyed. He looks Bob in the eye and says, "What's really going on here?" Bob, feeling guilty, finally confesses, "My friend is sleeping with your wife right now, and he asked me to keep you busy." The priest smiles, puts a brotherly hand on Bob's shoulder, and says, "You'd better run home now. My wife died a year ago." Come on, you agree with me, right? Rich Hub, Poor Hub. Speaking of priests, this reminds me of another story. A couple wanted to have children, but the wife just couldn't get pregnant. So they went to see a priest for advice. The priest said, "Wow, you came at the perfect time. My superior just sent me to Rome for 10 years. And I'm leaving tomorrow." The priest continues, "As soon as I get there, I'll light a candle for you." Time passes. 10 years go by, and the priest returns to their little town. First thing he does, visits the couple. He knocks on the door and hears absolute chaos inside. Screaming, crying, running, like a daycare exploded. The wife opens the door. She's holding 3 kids in her arms, 2 kids hiding under her skirt, a bunch of others running wild behind her. The priest counts 10 children. "Wow," the priest exclaims. "This is amazing. Looks like God really heard my prayers. But where's your husband?" The wife, looking exhausted, says, "Oh, my husband traveled to Rome." The priest says, "To Rome? Why would he go to Rome?" And the wife sighs, "To blow out that damn candle you lit?" The maid asked her boss, the wife, for a raise, and the wife wasn't too happy about it. She asked, "Why do you think you deserve a pay increase?" The maid said, "There are 3 reasons. First, I iron better than you." The wife asked, "Who said that?" The maid answered, "Your husband." The wife, "Oh," the maid continued. "Second, I cook better than you." The wife, "Who said that?" The maid, "Your husband." The wife, "Oh," the maid said. "And third, I'm better at sex than you." The wife leaned forward and said, "Did my husband say that as well?" The maid smiled. "No, the gardener did." The wife paused. "So how much of a raise are we talking about?" Love makes people blind, doesn't it? One time, I asked my wife, "Why did you marry me?" She said, "Because you're funny." I said, "Oh, I thought it was because I'm good in bed." She smiled and said, "See, you're hilarious." Okay, I admit, I am funny. Proof. I'm standing here telling jokes instead of having a hot, romantic night with my wife. And to finish off, I'll leave you with just one more story. A man and his wife were driving down the road, talking. The wife suddenly asked, "Honey, if I were to die, would you get remarried?" The husband thought about it and said, "Well, yes, I think I would." The wife frowned. She stayed quiet for a bit, then asked, "If you got remarried, would you give your new wife my jewelry?" The husband said, "Well, yeah, I guess I would." The wife was clearly annoyed, stayed quiet, and then asked, "If you remarried, would you give her my handbags?" The husband, after a short pause, "Yeah, I suppose I would." The wife, more irritated now, asked again, "And would you give her my golf clubs?" The husband immediately replied, "No, absolutely not. She's left-handed." Thank you so much for listening, everyone. If my silly little jokes gave you a smile, hit that follow button, drop a comment, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye and take care.